afternoon this time. I can never keep a good schedule when my weekend starts. And yes, my weekend starts on Thursday, but only goes until like middle of Sunday, because I work Sunday night. But anyways, besides the point. Alright, so today we're gonna try Death Garden again. If it works, we'll play it. If not, I'm done trying it, and we'll be playing a game called Orwell, which is interesting sounding. I tend to be a big fan of dystopias. I wonder why. This weird thing is. Sometimes when I move it pops around it. Alright, so let's see if it runs. Ugh. It's not run very well. Everything's set to low. Let's try a lower resolution. Let's try this resolution. Oh, that's not at all. Okay, let's stick to the normal resolution for now and just do this. And just struggle through it, I guess. Collect upgrade parts to improve your weapons. Shoot to hack objects. It's kind of weird. Now it's hacked. Can I still collect it? What happens if I collect a hacked item? Huh. Okay. It's kind of weird. What is this? It's ammo. Replenish ammo at an ammo crate. Deny runners health by collecting health crates. Okay. Down 3 runners to send them to the blood post and eject them from the match. Okay. Go in. Okay. Huh. Doing this thing, I don't know what that does. It's kind of weird. Jump to climb walls. You just straight up climb walls. Holy Jesus, you can jump really high. Capture objective. Runners must capture objectives. Huh. Okay. There's one of them. Gather and deliver objectives. Runners must pick up keys and take them to delivery points. Those are the different types of combat things. Okay. Use supercharge to cover great distances and use stun to deliver a close area. I wonder if that's the issue. Let me turn off my controller real quick. Okay. It's not in that issue, alright. What does it mean cover great distances? Doesn't help you run faster, does it? How do I use it? I don't know what that does. So runners escaping once the exit opens. That's an exit. I have to stop them from using it. Alright, gotcha. Congratulations, you have completed the 100 twirl. You have earned one unlock that can be used to purchase aggression cosmetic. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. Locker room. Sure, let's go to the locker room. What happens in the locker room? Switch roles, play, and character. It's just weird. Different outfits. Weapon skins. Whatever. Body type, male or female. Man. I'm so confused. Mask outfits emblem. Turtle. Complete sets. I don't know. Runner. Wow, that is. Embrace. Okay, well, whatever. Review tutorials. Some kind of pit. Take your class. In the perk menu. Support determined control. I don't know what these are. Oh, I guess. Runner basic game rules. Okay. Collect upgrade parts. Exactly the same. Bring upgrade parts to the upgrade station. Interesting. Punish health. Finish basic bolts. Ammo crate. I'm not sure what the bolts are used for. Fire a bolted object to mark them and earn NPI. It's an NPI. Wow, the game's even worse at this. Because you have embrace power to affect Hunter. I don't know how you use it. Embrace power. That's to shoot. Ah, okay. Kind of weird. The blood post allows a hunter to execute runners and eject them from the garden. Capture objectives. Send inside the area to start capturing. Hold jump to scramble up walls. Gather and deliver objects. Pick up keys and take them to delivery points. Is this it? Need more. Crouch, move under objects, hide. Oh god, this runs very poorly. Yeah. Maybe I'll give this game another try once it's better optimized. Escape through an exit. Well, let's get out of here. So, I guess we're playing Orwell after all. Alright, so gotta go update the stream info. Update. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I posted a new thing at the bottom of the stream, where it will, tell you how to suggest games, which is basically you just message me on Twitch and oh, come on, what's going on? Oh boy. Alright, so you can check my two lists, basically my Steam profile page so you can see what games I've played there, and my list of games I've played this year. And if it's not on either of those, you could suggest it, and I might still have played it, not necessarily. If I didn't, and I own it, I'll definitely play it. If I don't own it, I will see about getting it. Alright, welcome. You've been accepted into Orwell. Please create a profile. Empty profile. Create. Congratulations, you have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Profile picture. Sure, that looks me enough. Enter your name. That's a me name. You know you're one of 275,299 accepted applicants. You may now enter your email address. Just allow us to inform you about updates in your Orwell case. Potential new cases and monthly e-newsletters about news. It's optional, so I will skip it. Plus, it's got the benefit of not letting everyone and their grandma know what my email is. Please agree to the following terms. Work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws of jurisdiction of the nation. I'm getting, even from this part so far, I'm getting very Papers, Please vibes from this. Oh, there's only 3 steps. I thought it was 13. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Please wait, logging in. Check mark. Oh boy. Freedom Plaza. Link database searching. No records. Police record found. What does that mean? Well then. The clocks were striking 13. You're online. Good. Call me Siamese. Right. Siamese. Kind of weird looking. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder. See, I'm pretty sure that is a callback to another game with a similar theme called Beholder. So that would be really cool. We'll bring you up to speed. The leading newspaper in the nation. Fast, precise, honest. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. There's commercials. You can't click on them. But gifts. The one time I'm interested in these things and they all work. It's like a little thing. You can go home. Interesting. Oh, you can sort of. Oh, it automatically shows a bookmark. Interesting. Detonation destroys the Freedom Memorial in Boston. Or not Boston. Bonton. It's very close to Boston. Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Terrorist ambitions suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. Approximately 7:50 p.m. Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free, has reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. I don't know what this JP is, but there you go. Alright, unknown person. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage showed before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Huh. How do I look at the arrest record? arrest record. I'm not sure how I get to the arrest records. Oh, I see. For bookmarks. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Going over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Image. Okay. Watergate Cassandra. Alright. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. And the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has been unlocked. We'll need this info to progress. Assaulting a police officer. Good. With the data extraction from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. Incident 2 weeks ago remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. This incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Artist by profession. Artiste. Oh yes. One who does street art by blowing memorials pieces by any chance. I don't know. I think this guy is steering me astray. Great. You have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay. Alright. Sanders portfolio. Harboring outstanding art. That's clever. I like that. There's another portrait. Sure, let's put that portrait in there too. I like that one better. Even though it's terrifying. I am Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Sure, we'll put that in there. So we're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is really living in Wonderland. Somehow I doubt that. Call it intuition. People's lives are hanging in the balance here. What if you pass me something I cannot identify as wrong so easily? You have got to be more careful next time around. So the question is, am I allowed to basically give false information to affect this advisor's okay. Should find out what that job was. Of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Okay, an artist that says that might not be an artist. A message on my YouTube account, sure, so we can contact her if we need to. Could be found a chat handle that will allow us to overhear any conversations on that account. The listener can that been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Text, professional painting, pop art galleries. Oh, gallery. Beloved furball Kikiko. Fortunately, the only family, definitely the only family. So she's alone, but that's not information you can give, which is weird. Oh, hold on, no, it's the only family I need. So she might actually. Yep, that Butte is me. I was never sure about the title now. The businessman's forgotten daughter. Important. Or victim of traditionalism in pink. What do you think? Christmas present for my darling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. She is very irritating. There's more. Well, there's negotiations and okay, so there's other stuff in here that I could start. Ooh. Hey you. Hey Jossie. Can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. So that's okay. Let's just go and have a look at it. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I left it from your desk. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? Because Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney, an all-round badass, have in mind this time. Okay. Profile for related person can be accessed via the profiler. Their chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into the relevant profiles. Right, so let's stick with her for now. Probably just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business. Thought as much. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. I'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's lightweight. Oh, whatever. Guess I should pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma I gave my parents then. Now, come on. I was only teasing. What a good feeling. That does ring the bell. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Yeah, maybe. Gotta go now. Text you later. Okay. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigations into a malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to a lack of evidence. Speculations that the accused's parents manipulated the trial. As me, you just encountered conflicting data chunks. Whenever the contents of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing conflict, the other will become invalid immediately. I highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, but this is your decision. Once the information has been parsed, there is no way to reverse your choice. It's being opposed to lack of evidence. One unknown data chunks. I see. The wealthy family of the business. Oh, I see. So this is where I make a choice. It could either have been lack of that or that. Right. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above. Come on. Why can't I add his picture? His picture is right here. So weird. Okay, so I guess I can't update this one specifically. Okay. No point is there any valid evidence our client was guilty. No point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. Openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed into the hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma in response to the treatment. So, what happened? Alright, let's check the police report. Said after Officer Falcon had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. Protesters, the origin of the assault, were forcibly moved where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. I don't know. More precise data was submitted, so we don't need that. Already have that. Okay. So, I don't know. I can't make a choice here just yet because there isn't enough information. Let's go here. Enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to well-being. You'll find a small selection of our most popular products: cough drops, a fight against irritation of the throat based on natural herbs, many pills against migraines and strong headaches, medication that increases the concentration and cerebral performance. Focus. That's a weird name. Okay. Medication for the alleviation of arthritic joint pain. Antidepressant to help stabilize your emotions. All-around painkiller results in water. Soothing pills for a good night's rest against occasional sleeping problems, and for acute application when suffering from insomnia. Okay. Company. Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. The business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Incorporated has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its founding in 1931. So, executive officer, the CEO, Bruno Watergate, grandson of our founder Edgar Watergate. From working in the family business, Mr. Watergate is also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and the head of the charity foundation Children of Parges. Dr. Alice Watergate, head of research and development. Cassandra Watergate, junior COO. It's her, but her hair is not blue. Interesting. Dr. Alice Watergate, co-partner of the firm with her husband Bruno, holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. Aha, this is important information, chemistry, so she could potentially have the knowledge of how to make a bomb. She leads the research and development laboratory here at Watergate Pharmaceuticals. So she quit her job with her parents to be an artist. I doubt her parents would have liked that. Attempted to be COO of probably by one of her parents. An artist and this junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? family tradition to next and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85 years strong legacy. Okay, so now we have, now I see, keeping it a family affair. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. National Holder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. Oh, I gotta go use the bathroom. If you'll excuse me for just a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look at it and see if there's a new information available. Alright. Let me finish the company website real quick. Looking for suitable candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine Marquardt, Head of HR Jobs, Chief Operating Officer. Urgently looking for a COO to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Or maybe I was wrong, and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. Probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Good. What we offer: research internship. Research intern, you will be in a scientific research team for 3 to 6 months and support it with your assistance. If you cannot find any position that matches your qualification, we are still happy to receive your application. We will then keep your CV in our candidate database in order to contact you as soon as the matching vacancy reopens. It's pretty smart. Alright, let's go to headlines. Crime rate continues to drop. Interesting. Well, let's see. Negotiation in Triflith failed. Progessian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Triflith, peaceful negotiations in riot-ridden Progessian capital city Triflith have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassard abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for their organization of re-election. News about the premature cancellation of the negotiation caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and into cars. Police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country, requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. Interesting. Okay. Was this updated? No, there's nothing new here. So it must be this thing here. Alright. The Ministry of Security has presented the latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Delacroix gave a press conference early this morning for the Ministry of Security. Bonton on Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. Crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years, a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Interesting. Safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulation concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. This also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. Interesting. The party, the nation, the party. 5 pillars of a great nation: safety and security. Oh boy. Okay. People. Robert Blaine. What a likeness. Arthur Scott Gallagher. Catherine Delacroix. Peter Faulkner. Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces, does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the nation's neighboring countries. To that end, Mr. Faulkner created the Parges peacekeeping mission, which plays a key role in the prevention of terrorism activity occurring on the nation's soil. The Parges peacekeeping mission. The terrorist incident of 2008 was a terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parges, a region torn by civil unrest for years. By the order of the previous government to fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Parges peacekeeping mission has been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to a neighboring country to perform tasks including distribution of aid packages, blah blah blah. See, here's the problem, and I think the point of this, it's not so much a game as a way of let you understand a philosophy or a concept, if you will. And the concept is the government, or anyone with enough power, I guess, could control what information people have access to in several ways. One of them being posting so much information with so many different conflicts in the information that you don't know what to believe anymore. You don't know what's true. And in that way, you could hide all kinds of information. And it's pertinent to how our government in the United States and then the media and a whole bunch of other things right now are being run. The whole fake news stuff, that's very, very much in tune with this. Like, something could happen that's important, and you will never hear about it because the president posted a tweet and called someone a dog or what have you. Or there was some other nonsense. It doesn't even have to be, like, they could manufacture any kind of story that they want. True or not, and just post it. Once the media gets a hold of it, they'll start posting it everywhere. Sometimes without checking if it's accurate. And from then on, it's just a matter of time between where we just don't know what's going on in the world. That's scary. But anyways, enough of this philosophy. Back to the game. And that's the point of the game, is you keep getting more and more and more and more and more and more sources of information. You get more and more and more information. You would think that with more information you can build a case that's more specific. On the other hand, with so much information, you have to look through so much information that, like me just now, you get careless and you don't read every last bit. The game will highlight stuff for you. If it did not highlight stuff for you, if you had to go over every single word, that would be very difficult to deal with. Heck. Sorry, that the company thing prestigious clothing. That's the company. It looks like I missed something here somewhere. Ah, another profile picture. Yeah, sure, let's put that one in there. Why not? She doesn't have the blue hair. Is that actually the same person? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so the only choice we have left to make is this one here. Now, since she gave up willingly, and there's a lack of evidence, I think this is the correct one. So let's put that one in there, and ignore the other one. This is what I figured. Pity that the CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Currently I am thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? To find out what happened in between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? Timelines. You're invited to tea inside the rabbit hole. Oh boy. Another portrait. Oh, I see. So you could pick which one. So I might as well throw all of them in there. But we're switching back to this one. Oh, we have her birthday now. September 13th, 1992. Oh, she's just a baby. Art, music, and activism. Okay. Sure. That's what she was at her. That's what she was at that rally. Target's painting Alice in Wonderland. My cat Hihiko. Cassandra Watergate posted on that first day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. There's two comments. Jake Clifton. What? Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Okay. Good person. Despise puppets of the state. You have finally managed to destroy us entirely. Nothing left to do but to congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what is the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. You haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'd feel much better married. Just shut your freaking mouth. I think with one unknown. I'm not in the mood. Your stupid act, I told you again and again. I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry. I still care about my best friend. Often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's in the past now. Change status. Sandra is in a relationship. Okay. Her lawyer? Might be noteworthy. The Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed with the shit. But surprise, surprise, I had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click out go boom, doesn't it? At least you are redeemed now. Wanna blow us team together a little late night shopping tour? Not today, I have a date this evening. Lucky. It's closed. Congratulations. Never had any doubts about it. Kiddo, you're my heroine in both the heroic and the drug war. 1,000 cams and plasma, but no proof. Showing the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and mislead people into believing false promises. Camps for safety, one big lie. So happy for you. Knew everything would be okay in the end. Should we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom Party on Friday? Thank you guys, I'm so happy. I'm sure you heard a lot fall off my mind. I'll totally write an article on our blog. There's a blog. Of course. So profile picture. I already have this one. Yeah. That concert was amazing. So amazing that I just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how do you like it? Oh God, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Cassie's going punk. Mommy and Daddy agree with that. Looks nice. It's a whole new you. Also need a new name then. What about Cassarfish? That's clever. Me like. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known through Cassarfish. That sounds important. What is this? What is this? It's an alias. Contact had her alias name suggested to her by Juliet Carrington, so that's important. So it's good to record every alias, then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. This is Spirit Kiddo. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group. If you want to join us, it'd be nice to have you with us for the protests on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. Okay. Disco, this hot new band, The Targets, Military Rock. Playing a concert in the cell next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punks, not really my style. Sorry, Cass. Can't we just go see Cherry Cheeks? Sometimes they're not just some punks. Their lead singer's a real cutie, and they have school guitarist girl. Plus, they've got a message. That's not to like. No, sorry, it's not for me. Alrighty, you're the one missing out. I'll have them all for myself then. Post center. I'll get posted in April. Oui, none. I made an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all time. You really should consider paying a visit to your hairstylist soon, darling. There's a conflict. Best friend. And this one is broken friendship. So I want to know what happened between them. I'll leave it alone for now. Something definitely happened between them. Between here and there. That is what happens when you do my hair. Interesting. Ooh, it's a new conversation. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't mind me, you know I have a history with that place. Oh yeah, don't remind me. I have a history with that place. Already fucking me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was there just moments before this happened. I never should have gone to that damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. so happy when it could be coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until we find more evidence. So happy when Godfeld accepted me into thought and desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. Think of it this way: if you would not have gone to the protest, you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would have never met. Yeah, and I would not have been called terrorist in all the papers. Not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? I'm pretty sure. Ching. You want credit card and cash? Okay, something like that, I guess. I hope you like Chateau Margaux. Great, so you decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir. Always ready to pull the money out of innocent pockets. I got the good stuff. Now I'm headed for my handsome boyfriend Joseph. Headed to for dinner. Here's the thing. I got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule, and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. See each other tomorrow. Always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every fucking where. You constantly do this to me, darling. Just calm down. Taking your methadone. Yes, damn it. It's the only thing that matters. Sure. Is the only thing that matters to you that I am on fucking happy pills all day? Darling, please. It's nothing like that, you know. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up at this appointment, I risk losing very important plan. Fine. Do you understand that? No, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing that every important client of yours now? Cassie, don't go like this. Get it? Guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Joe. Come on, Cassie. No, now, in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. Oof. Oof. So you and Godfellows accepted me into thoughts. Okay, co-member. Okay, thoughts. So she's a member of that. Activist group called Thoughts. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. Who's Godfellows? She finds something that shows her current attitude to see if following the right person. Products. Marathon. Antidepressants. Maybe emotionally unstable if she relied on this medication. Not necessarily. Plenty of people with depression. Thought. Overview. Thoughts are free. Liberty means anything at all. It means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. Hey, look at that. The guy. Welcome to the Thought blog. You can entry below. Entry 1. Thoughts are still free. Okay. Forbidden. Several due to the privacy setting on this blog, archived articles are only available from direct links, not from the front page. Sorry, an admin of the blog to provide you with a direct link if you're interested. These are all archives, so I don't have access to them yet. Freedom is unfrozen. Catharsis. Look at that. It's cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is that more than just a little bit, I don't know, ironic? I don't see how that's ironic. Probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-government terrorist. Okay, these are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. It was just because in the middle of the chaos someone believes to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. Because we wanted a peaceful protest, we have always been against violence. Okay. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not, but it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all. It raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted very much this for all of the web. So that's another article. We'll go back to that in a second. And now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freedom Memorial since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride, and I know what you're thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that, donut even? Let freedom ring, but the statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stones could be clear. In the middle of the Capitol there is a symbol of freedom. Comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? The camera's there is now the plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. Okay. So Godfells. So Godfells is an administrator. Okay. So Godfells is the guy running this site. I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? Well, this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance. Freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called "The Thoughts Are Free." It goes like this: thoughts are free, who can guess it? So, this is in reference to the note that was left there. So, I feel that she's being set up by someone else, because this is way too specific. Like, having enough evidence is one thing, but finding an overwhelming amount of evidence all leading to the same target seems incredibly suspicious to me. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? That fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man, just way too much. Alright, comments. It's an interesting name, by the way. Just stumble upon your new blog, and that's some truth you tell here. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be. Express yourself, wasn't it? Now the government has come to threaten this with real name policies and shit. Save your IP so they can look up who you are, so you don't say anything wrong, possibly. But time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, just gain yourself your first follower. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I'm very delighted to have a first follower. Hello, admin. Like your things too. Could you one, but now even more? To get a service on search engine optimization, independent, others get clicks and more money for you, now use. So, literally just spam. Interesting. Sandra's timeline. Oh, so she posted something new. Okay. Ha! Finally someone who has the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. The target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now? Miss Delacroix, what now? Really, Cass? You laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, that does seem pretty... I don't know. Question is she actually an anarchist, or is this all... So I have some choices to make. I'm gonna go with the one that's a bit less consequential. I'm gonna go with this one. How sad. Okay. Give us new options. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so as far as options go, oh geez, so many people. So there's this godless fella. Peaceful protest, always against violence, but here she does this. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is something she said. This is not something that was setting her up, so I'll put that in. Oh, I'm doing wrong profile. You can't update other people's stuff. Looking at the right person. Well, you have checked so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. We'll indicate that to law enforcement. Alright, what we've found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Still haven't done this one. Let's put that in there. We aren't too fond of you either. Why? She's still a citizen. The government should not. Yeah, this is not important. Alright. Ah, Juliet Carrington. Hey, Cassie. Hey, Jules. Yes, I just wanted to know. A post on timeline about this assault. Jules, you're not going to preach me about this stupid post, are you? You should write something like that. No, I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just put it to Lewis. At the last email. See? What happened, isn't it? And lots of other shit today. So she's just having a bad day. I'll just grab it in. You know what I did? It wasn't your fault. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault, Juliet? I smashed the frickin' skull of a father of 2 children because I lost him. That's what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him. This is why you really should remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. Might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. I have to let go. Okay. So this is the previous thing. So the current thing probably didn't happen. So I wonder if she's setting her up. That was so brave. Sort of save me. I'll put that since that would be a bit more self-defense. Arrest her and open an investigation here. They won't be able to hold her for long if that really happened in defense of this Juliet. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. Stop wondering, right? Just get next time. Be careful providing the wrong data. Okay. In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police to reveal her former record. So I still don't have enough information. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. Maybe better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. BRB. Okay, I'll wait. Wait, how is your boyfriend? Still together? You have been talking about him all that much lately. No, not as much as before. You know who the boyfriend is. Hello? You still there? Cassie? Inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defense of this Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. Okay, I just received some information that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. Curious about what this thought group, though. Were they... Oh god. No. Take a look at the news. Breaking news, 2 dead after second explosion. That is horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found, so these assaults are connected. And if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time, so that's her out of the picture, at least for this attack. This complicates matters massively, so much for our simple testes. Need to speak to my superiors, see how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button on the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Okay, so it's telling me you've been playing for a while, take a break. And I think I've played enough of this to get a feeling for this game. It's very, very interesting. Okay. Oh, and there's... Okay, I see. So there's a season 2, so if you want to continue the story. Interesting. Alright. So far as this being a game, it isn't so much a game, so much as it is an experience. Let's say. The question is that an Orwellian concept? Too much information, I think. Let me double check. Ah, it's Huxley, not Orwell. There's a quote right here that's perfect. What Orwell feared were those who would ban books. What Huxley feared was that there would be no reason to ban a book, for there would be no one who wanted to read one. Orwell feared those who would deprive us of information. Huxley feared those who would give us so much that we would be reduced to passivity and egotism. So basically, it's more of a Huxley, but it's called Orwell. Weird. there wasn't so much information. It's hard to tell if there's going to be so much information you can't look through all of it, but there was a point where I've stopped reading and I just looked for the important bits. And when, instead of making your own decisions based on what you read, my decisions were based more on like those blurbs. I was falling for the whole Huxley thing anyways. Okay. It basically Big Brother simulator where you crawl through data to find pertinent information on suspects of a crime. Mostly text based. So lots of reading. The mystery is good. The story has many twists, and you're always second guessing your choices. Good game if you don't mind a lot. Okay, good. It's basically a good interactive book. There's some detective work in it. I guess detective work could be considered that, but like, if it's just like researching stuff on the internet, it's not exactly detective work. I'll actually mark this as, excuse me, green, because for what it is, it's fairly good. And in case anybody else wants to try it, it is currently free on Humble Bundle. Yep. So, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.